At its Dev Day 2025, OpenAI revealed a series of ambitious changes that pivot ChatGPT away from being a mere conversational model, and toward becoming a full-fledged app and agent platform. Users can now run, chat with, and build apps inside ChatGPT, thanks to the new Apps SDK. What does that mean in practice? Imagine telling ChatGPT, Spotify, make me a rainy day jazz playlist, and then seeing an embedded Spotify interface inside the conversation that shows album covers, plays tracks, or lets you browse. Or sketching in Figma, drafting a presentation in Canva, or browsing real estate on Zillow, or without leaving the chat window. OpenAI says apps will be suggested contextually, when they make sense in your conversation, or invoked by name. Today, apps like Canva, Figma, Spotify, Booking.com, Zillow, and more are in pilot or preview inside ChatGPT, outside the EU initially. The company promises you'll soon be able to submit your own app for inclusion and monetize it. In short, ChatGPT is heading toward being your one-stop OS Lite for digital interaction. Instead of toggling between tabs, you'll summon apps right in chat. Agent Kit, building smarter, more composable AI agents. In parallel with embedded apps, OpenAI launched Agent Kit, a modular, unified toolkit for designing, deploying, and iterating agentic systems, i.e., AI assistants that can autonomously execute tasks. Some standout components. Agent Builder, a visual canvas for constructing multi-step logic with drag and drop nodes, branching, guardrails, and versioning. Connector Registry, a centralized place for administrators to manage integrations, Google Drive, Dropbox, Teams, etc., across agents and data flows. ChatKit, embeddable UI components so that conversational agents can appear natively inside your product or site, with streaming responses, theming, and agent UI behavior built in. Evaluation/evils enhancements, trace grading, automated prompt optimization, datasets, third-party model evaluation, etc., all to measure and boost agent performance. The vision is to lower friction, instead of manually wiring disparate tools, prompts, front ends, and eval routines. Agent Kit offers a more integrated, versioned, observable pipeline. In effect, OpenAI seeks to compete with or subsume platforms like Zapier, N8N, or Lindy, not just on automation, but on AI-driven agents that reason and act. That's a big disruption. On the model front, OpenAI didn't hold back. Key upgrades include: Codex, GPT-5 Codex, is now generally available, including enterprise admin controls, Slack integration, and an SDK for embedding into custom workflows. This iteration strengthens the bridge between conversational AI and code, letting teams more reliably integrate code reasoning and execution into their products. Developers now have API access to GPT-5 Pro, tailored for complex reasoning tasks. Perhaps the most colorful additions, Sora 2, OpenAI's more advanced video/multimodal model, is now available via API. Also, a GPT real-time mini voice model is introduced, a lightweight model that's 70% cheaper than the previous voice tier models. This trio, Codex, GPT-5 Pro, Sora 2, Voice Mini, gives developers a greatly expanded palette, reasoning plus code plus voice/video, all accessible via API. These announcements strike at a core pivot point. AI is no longer just smart chat. OpenAI is positioning ChatGPT as a platform, a hub in which apps, agents, and models all interoperate. Here's why that shift is profound. 1. Seamless UX, less context switching. Instead of bouncing from tool to tool, users can stay in conversation. You might browse homes, design slides, communicate, order services, all in one flow. In effect, ChatGPT becomes a conversational shell over web/app functionality. 2. Developer reach and AMP leverage. If your app plugs into ChatGPT, you can reach hundreds of millions of users. OpenAI claims 800 million weekly users without forcing users to leave. 3. Agentization of workflows with Agent Kit. Humans will increasingly orchestrate AI agents instead of manually writing code. Want to build a multi-step agent that places orders, monitors status, follows up, and reports back? Agent Kit is explicitly designed for that. 4. Platform competition intensifies. Traditional automation or integration tools, for example Zapier, Integromat/N8N, Lindy, may struggle to compete when agents embedded in ChatGPT can reason, act, and respond dynamically. 5. Monetization and AMP business models. The introduction of monetizable apps inside ChatGPT, and hints of an agentic commerce protocol, instant checkout from within ChatGPT, show that OpenAI intends to capture not just attention but transaction volume. 6. Technical and safety challenges. Embedding apps and agents invites new risks: data leakage, misuse, hallucination, model tool miscoordination. OpenAI's architecture, for example guardrails, evaluation tooling, connector registry, will be under scrutiny. A few open questions and AMP wildcards. EU rollout and AMP regulation. While OpenAI now enables apps in many markets, EU users are initially excluded. Regulatory pressure, data privacy, antitrust, may slow or reshape features there. Monetization balance. Will ChatGPT become pay to surface for apps? How will discoverability, ranking, and fees evolve? Interoperability and AMP standards. The app's SDK builds on the Model Context Protocol, MCP, as an open standard. That suggests OpenAI wants extensibility beyond its own walls. Agent portability. Will agents built in Agent Kit only run in OpenAI's world, or will there be portability, for example via a specification? Model hierarchy and pricing. With so many new models and tiers, developers will calibrate which model for which task, balancing cost versus capability. At its Dev Day 2025, OpenAI tilted the axis. ChatGPT is no longer just a conversational engine, but an emergent platform where apps, agents, voice, code, and media converge. With Apps SDK, Agent Kit, Codex, GPT-5 Pro, and Sora 2, the company is laying the infrastructure for a future where we don't go to apps come to us, within conversation. If it succeeds, the mental model of how we use software, tabs, windows, APIs, may shift. Instead, we could live inside an intelligent, adaptive chat environment where the agents and tools we need morph dynamically to tasks. It's bold, risky, but potentially transformative. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one.